Since digital marketing is one of the best cost-benefit ratios to starting artists, and especially the alignment of those efforts with offline initiatives, mainly supported by touring and merchandise, how much of digital marketing should artists know or look up into?
Yeah, so we can break digital marketing down into a couple of different areas. Let's just say right now that digital marketing is direct-to-fan marketing, which I think artists should be involved in. And what that entails is, direct-to-fan marketing is marketing and sales off of your own site. That's how I'm going to describe it right now. So I think there's no reason why any artist should not be engaged in direct-to-fan marketing. Any artist at a low level, at a high level. You look at Topspin. They're all, Topspin has a really robust series of success stories with big-named artists. They're working the Arcade Fire, for example. They're working Paul McCartney. So obviously, direct-to-fan works for artists that have a built-in base, and a household name. What I've heard from Topspin, though, is that it's the new email addresses that are generated through a Topspin account through a Topspin campaign that really generate much of the sales for a particular release. Do you know what I mean? I think it's like 90% of sales come from new emails as opposed to older emails. So it's not like they're just hitting these old emails and things are happening. But anyway, so there's the big artists up here that are direct fan. But I think from an acquisition standpoint, which is acquiring your community online, acquiring, I keep saying this, but permission-based communication with folks is incredibly important, even to artists that are down here, to build. So I think that every artist should engage in a campaign that is related to acquiring fans and then giving those fans what they want, so doing research and figuring out your unique psychographic, what your fans are going to be interested in. There's this great keynote address by Mike Masnick, who runs TechDirt. It's one of the things I talk about in my course, but Mike Masnick breaks it down to connecting with fans, giving them a reason to buy equals money. Like that's how you do it. So it's a fundamental thing that I think is really important. Is it's something that the labels don't do really well. That an artist can do is they can provide something out to fans that they can't get at traditional retail. They can provide something to fans that is absolutely unique to those fans. So to answer your question of what they should be involved with digital marketing, doing a direct-to-fan campaign that's focused on acquisition, that's focused on once you've acquired these people, giving stuff to them that they want, but all being very data-focused in how you're doing it is super important, and this is kind of like what I'm talking about in 12 weeks over the course, So the way that I structure it is, I start with your own site. There's ways to optimize your site for the search engines. Traditionally, most of the sales that you see in a direct fan campaign come from either direct hits to your site or people searching for you, and then after that is traditionally email. Although if you're doing a great Twitter campaign, that can pop up here. But I talk about optimizing your own site. I talk about best practices with all the third-party sites. We talk about forecasting, what you can do with forecasting. So you can assume a certain conversion rate on how many emails you have, how many Facebook, MySpace, and Twitter friends, fans, and followers you have, and other variables. How many people are searching for you? You can come out with kind of a per unit, sales number that you'll make depending on what you're choosing to do. So this is a long way of saying treat it like a business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the stuff that I recommend is, you do have to be online. There are a lot of free tools you can use. Reverb Nation has some good free tools, some widgets. Topspin is a great choice. Bandcamp is an awesome service. Nimbit has some good stuff. Those are all services you can use to help with direct-to-fan, the sales and marketing part. And then there's all these other services out there that are good for data. Next Big Sound is a cool company for kind of looking at, all right, so I just did this campaign. How are things happening? I'm doing all this stuff on Facebook and MySpace. What's happening? There are things that you can do to optimize MySpace. Everyone thinks MySpace is down and out, and it's definitely having problems. But I look at data from campaigns, and MySpace still, depending on what you're doing with them, can work to generate some sales and certainly can generate some visibility, you know. So I could talk for an hour, but I hope that's enough. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.